What's going on? Welcome back to Fatherhood. I am the General. Got a new series. It's called The Summer of 23. The Summer of 23. Fatherhood series, The Summer of 23. Shout out to that. Man, we just gonna be talking about everything, man. The summer's here. Can you believe it? It's June 1st. My kid's been out of school for about a week. A week? Yeah, a week. And you already know, man. Summer starts when the last day of school. That's when summer starts. Summer starts on the last day of school. I remember growing up, and summertime, we used to count the days down. Brooklyn, stand up. Hey, you from Brooklyn? Go ahead and put in the chat real quick. Shout out to Brooklyn. You know what I mean? We used to count the days down. June 27th through 28th, last day of school. You know what I mean? Shoot. And the last day of school for us, like the last week, bump it, you know what I mean? But officially, the last day of school, you know, it begins summer, right? Summer break, summer vacation, summertime, freedom time. You know what I mean? No more learning. We get a break. But that's just the thing, like, when it comes to learning and self-growth and becoming the best of you, there should be no breaks. You know what I mean? Yeah, you have your rest periods, but that's not break. So even though it's summer, we're going to continue to learn over here. Holla at me. Fatherhood tribe. So I'm a life coach. What's a life coach? Someone who helps people through their life. Accomplish your goals, get to the benchmarks in your life that you want to get to. You know, I'm a listener also. I have a listening service where you can just call me and, you know, I'll listen to you vent. This is a service, so I charge. And then I give back through my channel at the same time, through different people as well. And when I say give back, you know, mentor, give good advice, life coaching. So this channel, you know, I'm gonna just be talking about everything, man, everything. And one of the first things I want to talk about is honoring yourself. Honor thyself. What does it mean to honor thyself? Right? Honor thyself. And I'm just gonna break it down. Honoring yourself means having respect for yourself. Respecting yourself, actively doing that. How do you, and when I say respect yourself, I'm talking about like the same way how you see someone in authority, and maybe a law enforcement official, a court official, a judge, a teacher, your parent. It might be, you know, your manager, supervisor. You see them as a person in authority, and you give them respect, and you say that title warrants this authority, and you give them that authority, right? Not authority, but respect. Respect. You give them that respect. So respecting yourself is giving yourself the same respect that you feel other people are warranted. But here's the caveat, here's the kicker. You go a little bit more when it comes to you. Right? So the same way you will respect somebody else, you need to respect yourself even more. That's honoring thyself. Respect yourself. What does it mean to respect yourself? It means to treat yourself right. It means to stand up for yourself when things aren't right. It means setting healthy boundaries. Withholding those, not withholding, but standing firm on those healthy boundaries. Not crossing those healthy boundaries on your own, or allowing someone else to cross them. Respecting thyself, doing yourself the best, right? if you gonna treat somebody else good, you need to treat yourself better. And the only exception I say, I'm not even gonna say exception. People like, oh, I'm a parent, so I treat my child better than I treat myself. I think the best example for self-love for any child, anybody, is to witness self-love. And self-love ain't you just being egotistical. Self-love ain't not you just being selfish overall. No, self-love is, when I'm gonna take time out to love on me, do stuff for me, just like I take time out to do things for others. Like, I can't forget about me, because if I'm empty, how can I fill others? And sometimes you feel bad doing stuff for yourself. Sometimes, hey, comment below if you ever feel bad doing something for yourself. First, you're like, man, I need to be doing this for the kids, or I need to be doing this for babe. I need to be doing this for moms, for pops, for whoever. You know what I mean? You don't even get to enjoy it because you're over there guilt tripping yourself. Give yourself permission to be yourself. Give yourself permission to love yourself, to treat yourself. Give yourself permission. It's all right. Honoring thyself. It's giving yourself permission to love yourself, to love on yourself, to do things for yourself, to stand up for you. Stand up for yourself. That's honoring ourselves. That's self-love. So I believe that if you are displaying that as a parent, as a big bro, a big sis, auntie, uncle, big cuz, you know what I mean? You don't even gotta be big, little sis, little cuz, you know what I mean? If you demonstrating that, others around is gonna get a whiff of it. You dig what I'm saying, right? They're gonna get a whiff of it. You ever get a whiff of something? Yo, I'm using the wrong word, because when you get a whiff of something, usually when I'm saying you get a whiff of that, it usually don't smell good. It usually don't smell good when you get a whiff of something. Like, what the? I got a whiff of that. You know what I mean? But we going back to the honoring ourselves. When you honoring yourself, when you got that self-love, you know what I mean? Oh, that joint radiates. That joint is leaking like sweat. That joint leaking like an oil leak in a car. Rebuke it. That joint leaking like a roof, a leaky roof. Yo, it's dad jokes, you know what I mean? You know how you try to come up with a saying, you're like, man, I just had it on the tip of my tongue. Let me just wait one more second and come out. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, you forgot? Nah, I ain't forget. I did a little bit, but yeah, when you radiating self-love and radiating honoring yourself, yo, people get a whiff of it. They're like, yo, what's that smell? What's that vibe? Yo, I want to do that. I'm gonna try that. It be people talking trash too, like, you think you this or that, or I don't know about that. I ain't cool. But it'd be the same ones, like, yo, I'ma just try it. Let me see. And now you start inspiring others. Others start doing the same thing, holding themselves accountable for the boundaries that they're setting, right? Growth and development. They see you growing, so now they want to grow too. That is the light. You know what I mean? The real flex is being the best of yourself. That's the real flex. So that's things we're going to talk about on the channel. Summer 2023, baby. The summer 23. Let me get it right. The summer 23. You already know what to do. If you're listening this long, go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe. I appreciate the support, man. Comment below. Let me know I'm here. Put in there here. You know how they take roll call. Right? Present. That's what we used to have to say back in the day. Present. In the Marine Corps. They taking roll call. All present, all accounted for. That's how you say it. All present, all accounted for. Pop that salute. You know what I mean? Shoot. That used to be one of my highlights. Hey, shout out to my Marines, my platoon sergeants, right? You in the company formation in the morning time. It's a good feeling to be the platoon sergeant. You standing tall in the position of attention, right? Like, more to T. All present, all accounted for. Supply platoon. All present, all accounted for. Administration. Let me do the salute first. Administration, all present, all accounted for. Maintenance, all present, all accounted for. First sergeant, he turns up the company over to the company commander. Company B, all present, all accounted for. Pop that salute. Salute be tight, man. Just I used to practice my salute back in the day. Just who got the best salutes? Drill instructors. They're like damn poster boys, man, and girls, and women. And campaign cover, just the sharp coming up. You gotta have the nasty face. Can't have the. You know what? That's that swag right there. You ever see a drill instructor just, got the. It's funny because you don't see that in the Marine Corps. That's that unwritten swag. Ain't no smiling around here. You know what I mean? But now I know you smiling inside. You got that campaign cover. And shout out to my drill instructors that's watching this. You a DI? Yo, hit them comments below. DI for life. You hurt me. I always want to be a DI. Shout out to Paris Island. Yes, sir. What else we talking about? Let's get back to the nitty gritty. I have some topics here. Honor thyself was one of them. I think I'm gonna go through 3 topics per episode. Check me out on fatherhood6.com. On my blogs, my personal writings. I'm a writer too. I'm sharpening my skills up with my writing. I'm out here in the podcasting. You know what I mean? Directing. You know what I mean? Cutting, editing. One-stop shop. You hurt me. Until I get that budget get up. You know what I mean? I have to employ some people. So I could just stick to creating. Alright, the next topic we're going to talk about. It's about your responses and your reactions. Let me say it again. It's about your responses and your reactions. And your reactions. I'm going to talk about things that I feel are crucial. There's a lot of crucial things. You know what I mean? If I was to ever go back in time, and let's just say I was coming up and I had access to this information right here, what would I leave myself? What kind of lessons would I leave myself? I know all the important lessons, but it's something that about the other lessons that nobody really be talking about, that really make a person, that build that character up. It's the things that's not really spoken about in public. It's what put the edge, little shiny, the buff. You heard me, the buff on the character. The character on your character. You know what I mean? Y'all know what I'm talking about. I ain't gotta, got my little slang going on. So it's not about your responses, but it's about it's about your responses and your reactions. How are you responding and reacting? Cause we know how to talk the talk sometimes, but your talk don't match with your walk. You know what I mean? Your talk ain't matching with your walk. You know, as a parent, you know, one thing you good at is you good at seeing, you know, the emotions on the face and reading the body language. You know what I mean? Like, they could say one thing, but your body saying a whole nother. You know what I mean? You've been dealing with people. Shout out to customer service, man. My retail, fast food, you know what I mean? Managers, cashiers who gotta read body language. Especially if you work in the hood. You know what I mean? Because things go from good to horrible real quick. You know what I mean? But anyway, it's about your responses and your reactions. How you responding and reacting? Are you talking the talk and not walking the walk? Or are you talking the talk and walking the walk? And talking the talk is your response, right? Walking the walk is your reaction. So how do you respond to people? You know, well, they responded to me this way, right? So this is my thing. What's your outcome when you responding and reacting? What's your outcome? Do you plan the outcome you want? What's your goal? What's your desired outcome? So if your desired outcome is a peaceful one, right? Your responses and reactions should, you know, correlate with that. But if your desires and reactions is for that beef and that heat pressed together, now I get it. You know what I mean? But I feel like we just need to be checking ourselves on our responses and our reactions. You know what I mean? And most importantly, we need to be checking other people. And when I say checking them, I mean, I'm not talking about being disrespectful. I'm talking about honoring thyself. Somebody coming to you with the heat, with the bad response and the reaction. You can definitely address that. You know what I mean? And I get it. Sometimes you're like, you know, it's not worth it. You know what I mean? Hey, big boy, I'm recording right now. Okay, I'm at work. You know, I'm working at home, right? If I was in the office, nobody would come in with the red light right there. You know, the kids, they find a way to try to get your attention. So where was I at? You know, I get it. Sometimes it's difficult to really address issues because you like, you know what? I don't want to make things worse. I don't want things to go sideways. But at the end of the day, things get worse for you because that heat keeps getting hotter and hotter when it comes to your boundaries. Right? When you don't say something about your boundaries, I'm not talking about being disrespectful. I'm talking about addressing issues. Hey, Mike, Diane, you know, whoever, I just want to let you know, you crossed my line. You know what I mean? You crossed my line. You know, hey, I want to talk to you because that tone that you had and your act, you know, I felt like that was disrespectful to me. You know what I mean? I just want to make sure everything okay with you and let you know how you talking. I'm not responding to that in a positive way. So I'm asking you to get it right. You know what I mean? Honor thyself. It's about your responses and your reactions, right? It's about checking people, right? Letting them know they crossed the line. It's about checking yourself. Like, have you crossed the line, right? Have you allowed people to cross the line over and over and over again? And maybe now you're not saying like that, but I'm talking about really letting them know they crossed the boundaries. They crossed the boundaries. Hey, I know you my moms, you know what I mean? But listen, That was disrespectful, and I'm not going for that. I'm not. What you mean you're not going for that? I'm not going to tolerate that anymore. Yeah, tolerate it anymore. That's disrespectful, and you coming at me the wrong way. Hey, Mike, I know you the supervisor and all, but you don't need to be talking to me like that, because I'm a human being. I'm a grown up. Even if I wasn't a grown up, even if I wasn't an adult, okay, I need you to speak to me with respect. I don't got no problem doing what I need to do when I need to do it. I don't have no problem getting corrected, but it's about how you corrected me. It's about how you are telling me what to do. All right? There's a right way to do it, and it's the way you've been doing it, which is the wrong way. We need to nip that in and you don't have to say it like I'm saying it, you know what I mean? But addressing it. Because that's how you honor yourself. You don't let yourself get trampled over, abused. Because the thing is, if you don't speak up for yourself, it's going to keep happening over and over and over and over and over again until you pump the brakes. And anytime you pump the brakes, everybody always moving forward, right? Because it's going to be a knee-jerker. It's going to be that, like, dang. Can you believe him? You better believe it. Y'all used to go to this church. Well, I didn't go to the church. I visited this church, and there's a lady, she used to say, you better believe it. You better believe it. So yeah, when you come up and you speak up for yourself, especially if it's the first time, they're gonna be like, can you believe? You better believe it. Right? You better believe it. You better believe it. You know what I mean? Because you better believe me. Like, I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not telling you like, okay, what if the person do it again? Fight them. Nah. Then you need to disassociate yourself. Disassociate them. We need to cut ties. Oh, cut ties is my job. You need to go find another one. Or you need to report them. Write them up. Right? It ain't nothing like a supervisor getting a complaint. I work in HR. It's nothing like a supervisor getting a complaint, especially if you complain to corporate. You know what I mean? I'm gonna send an email to not the building HR, but the company, the corporate HR. Right? Let them know how Mike over here talking to us. You know what I mean? Because I know if I was talking crazy, I know it'll be documented. So let me document you, buddy. Hope this didn't freeze on me. So, our next topic. It hit differently. It hits differently when you experience it. It hits differently when you experience it. Right? It hits different when you experience. So when I came up with this, I'm thinking like, okay, what can I leave behind that would really assist and help people? Honor thyself, yes. It's about your responses and reactions, yes. Okay. It hits differently when you experience it. Like, you know how you try to tell somebody something? Oh, no, I'm all right. That'll never bother me. Oh, shoot, I'll do this right here. This if I was you. Oh, if I was in that position, and then bam, you in the position now. Now you there. Now, when you experience, like, it's a whole nother, now you ain't doing the same thing in the same way like you would say you would do, right? When somebody disrespect you and come hardcore on you, they hit differently, right? When you get a complaint, somebody writes you up, right? It hit differently when you experience it, right? So why do you gotta experience it for it to hit? Woo! Like, why you gotta be, like, I was talking to somebody, yesterday, talking to, and I was telling them, like, there's, how you experience, and I believe you experience through 3 main ways. These are not the only ways, but the main way. So 1, through observation. 2, hands-on. Or 3, through the eyes of others, like mentors, elders. They tell you these things. They pass things, knowledge on to you, right? Cool. All right. So why you gotta be the one to be hands-on all the time? And you know what? I'm not even gonna say why you, because it ain't me. I'm not the type of person who gotta learn hands-on through experience. I'm a good old observer. I can watch from a distance, take notes. You know what I mean? I'm a good scribe. I'm a good note taker. And I'm going to apply it to my life. So I see you going through all that stuff. I see you struggling. I see you going down that path. I'm writing down every note. I'm in the front row seat. You know what I mean? I'm taking notes, everything. I'm drawing sketches because I'm observing your situation. So that way I don't make the same things, like the same mistakes and the same, walk the same path you do. Some people got to be the ones to experience it, right? And it's okay, because that's just how they learn, right? That's how some people learn. Some people learn through observation. Some people learn through hands-on training. Some people learn through just passed on down. It's okay. How do you learn? And I'm going to close it up with that right here. How do you learn? Right? And I'm like, whenever I go through any experience in life, when I say experience, I'm talking about good experiences and experiences that we may deem as bad experiences. But through all my experiences, I do my best to be intentional to think about, okay, what did I learn? Right? And then how did I learn this lesson? Did I have to go through this, or did I learn it through somewhere else? Or did I learn it by being an observer? So I'm asking you, the viewer, how do you learn? How do you really learn and take in information to help you go through the next step, to go to the next level, go through the next path? How do you learn? Right? That says a lot about you. Is that your only way of learning? Is that the strongest way of you learning? Can you transition to learning a different way? Maybe this is why you be going through a whole lot, because maybe in this area of your life, this is how you're supposed to learn it. I don't know. I'm just a father to 6. The general. Then hit that like button, subscribe, share. You want more content? I got some intimate content. Check me out on patreon.com/FT6. I appreciate all your support. Thanks for watching. Thanks for viewing. Leaving you always in love, light, life, peace.